Thank you everyone for joining. We're able to gather in person, but tonight, due to COVID-19, we need to do so virtually. I know we do have individuals that are joining us from the shores of Lake Superior all the way down to Key West, Florida. And if you were to figure that out, that's about a 30-hour drive, about 2,000 miles, and yet with technology, we can be together tonight. So I'd like to ask everyone to mute their microphones now, and that'll help, keep any background noise. And then again, on behalf of the board, welcome everyone. Some of you are here as donors, some of you are here as past or current board members, but all of you I recognize as supporters and ambassadors of Highfields. Tonight, as we start, I would like to recognize two board emeritus members, Dwayne Vernon and Olivia Letts. I want to thank them for their continued ambassadorship of Highfields and for their ongoing support and service. They bring an amazing legacy, and I'm very appreciative of them. In addition, I'd like to honor the passing of an amazing individual this past year that faithfully served Highfields and was there at the start. We were just a fledgling nonprofit struggling to find our beginning. Joe Hacker, board emeritus, passed away on March 28, 2020, and was a driving force alongside Judge Drake in the early 1960s and participated in the founding of Highfields. While we greatly miss Joe, we honor her legacy and publicly honor her tonight and offer the Hacker family our deepest condolences. Tonight, we're also joined by Lisa Drake, the great niece of our founder, Judge Robert Drake. Thank you for joining us and for representing the amazing legacy of Judge Drake. A few housekeeping items. Again, I ask everyone to mute your microphones. Consider using the speaker view versus gallery view so that you can better track who is talking at the time. Tonight, we do have 3 action items on the agenda, and I want to remind everyone that only current board members can bring a motion, offer a second on that motion, and then vote on the action item. I also apologize in advance for any technology issues that we may have. We are living in a world of forgiveness, and I ask you to give that to us tonight. Finally, at the end of our meeting, we will show a video that demonstrates our music studio in action as 2 of our students tell their personal story of grief and loss through the music of hip hop, all through the gracious support of the James and Kimberly Curry Foundation. And we will hear more from them later tonight. To lead us tonight, I want to introduce our board chairperson, Brandy Ekren. Brandy serves as the Executive Director of Strategic Planning and Development at the Board of Water and Light. Brandy is beginning her 4th year on the board and is a wonderful ambassador for Highfields. Brandy.
Thank you, Brian, for the introduction and everything to the team that's put a lot of this together. It's so great to see your guys' faces. I have to admit, I probably get to see more of you tonight than if we were at an event. So it is really good. So we'll get the meeting going, and I get a motion to call it to order? But actually, I think I can just call it to order, just go forward, right, Brian? I think. Yeah,
Correct.
Absolutely. All right. So the first item on our agenda is the approval of our minutes. Can I get a motion to approve our minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Mabel. Can I get a second?
Support.
Second.
Sam Davis.
Thank you. Wonderful. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Wonderful. Motion passes. Brian, so I'm going to pass the baton back to you, and so that you can go ahead and give us our president's report.
All right. Thank you, Brandy. Tonight, I want to offer a recap of our past year, update on our COVID-19 response, and share my vision for the future of Highfields. Earlier in our past fiscal year, on June 15, 2019, we were able to dedicate this very building that I am now, the Dart Family Treatment and Education Center. The Dart family supports us in a tremendous legacy. One of our core beliefs is that we treat the entire family, not just the individual child or client. This building is now the centerpiece of our treatment on our 140-acre campus, and it allows us to fully live out that core belief. Our long partnership and legacy with the DART Foundation continues, and we are so very appreciative of that support. I also want to thank the amazing support of the Capital Region Community Foundation, who graciously gave us a capacity building grant for technology, video conferencing, and the ability to use Zoom in all of our offices and to convene team meetings no matter where we were. They supported us in that grant well before COVID-19 hit. This allowed us to be uniquely positioned to weather the COVID-19 storm and the work remotely modality. I want to thank them for their generosity and their belief in our vision for the use of technology. Little did we know that Zoom would be the common communication tool that it is today. These two stories are just a few ways that corporate supporters and community foundations have come to the forefront of their support of Highfields this past year. During the first few weeks of the pandemic, I was truly humbled when each week major donations came in from an individual, a family foundation, or a corporate supporter simply because they wanted to help us during what they knew had to be a critical time. Last October, we were able to actually gather together and have the Strengthening Families Breakfast at the Kellogg Center. We heard some amazing stories of changed lives and heard the testimonies of stabilizing, strengthening, and empowering of children and families. In early 2020, we ended our service of multi-systemic therapy in Washtenaw County while simultaneously having a conversation about expanding our services into Ionia County. And that came to fruition. So today we continue to serve 13 counties throughout mid-Michigan. In March, we, along with the rest of the world, began to experience the COVID-19 pandemic and instantly moved our staff to a work remotely modality. And as I've already shared, we were ready and willing and able to jump into that modality due to the technology and support of the Capital Region Community Foundation. I told our staff early that Highfields was going to do the same mission with different strategies, and we began to work overtime to make that happen. We moved our campus to a closed campus, meaning no visitors, no caseworkers, no home passes, and only essential personnel. For the past 4 months, we've operated in that modality. And just a few weeks ago, we began to slowly reopen our office as we implemented the Highfield Safe Reopen Plan. We have screening, safety plans, and strict protocols. Currently, we are finalizing our plan for resumption of face-to-face services to clients. It is my hope that sooner rather than later, we can return to a semblance of normalcy as we seek to help children and families that will desperately need us in new and emerging ways that we don't even understand today. When COVID-19 hit, I implored our leadership team to do these 3 things. Number 1, first, take care of yourself. Number 2, take care of your loved ones. And number 3, to do the work of Highfields as you were able. I am before you today incredibly proud of our Highfields team, their amazing spirit of perseverance, fortitude, and compassion. You should be honored to serve alongside them as their partner in just some small way. I also told Tim Monroe, our vice president, we need to find a way to make lemonade out of lemons and to emerge out of the COVID-19 world stronger than we were than when we entered it. And I can tell you now that I am confident that we will do so. We were able to access the Paycheck Protection Program loan, and thanks in no small part to the amazing work of DART Bank and our finance team. We are as fully staffed today as we have been in 5 years. And I am confident in our team and their ability to move forward with a spirit of teamwork and commitment to that same mission different strategies mentality. This past year, we saw the retirement of Beverly McGill and the transition of Chris Robinson to a position with the state of Michigan. We, however, quickly retooled our leadership team and have had a smooth transition as we added Laura and Chris Jurasek. You can wave, you two. Laura brings great leadership to our fund development team as our new director, and Chris brings a steadfastness and a level of intelligence to our residential program. We are fortunate to have them both. Finally, let me say a few words on Highfield's commitment to social justice and racial equity. Each year, we work to prepare and ensure that Highfields has a cultural competency plan that addresses our commitments to these important topics. As we recently reviewed this plan, I have come to realize that in many ways, and in particular in the current environment, while that plan is a worthy endeavor, it is currently inadequate and needs a greater conversation with clear, actionable steps to ensure that we are fully working toward cultural competency, social justice, and racial equity. In early August, our board of directors will engage in strategic planning that will help chart the future and establish a helpful roadmap that will allow Highfields to thrive. We will also engage the Highfield staff and leadership team to have important conversations around diversity, equity, and inclusion. I encourage all of us to examine ourselves for any existing implicit bias and unintended inequities that exist in our current individual worlds, as we all strive to be a part of the global solution. Highfields has a long legacy of being a community change agent, of being proactive in our approach to key issues, and we will be a part of the solutions around these issues. It is my hope and vision that we will again be able to gather in October, on Thursday, October 15th, at the Kellogg Center for our Strengthening Families Breakfast. Whether we can do so or not, we will also offer a virtual option so that anyone that so chooses can still participate. And we will only hold that event if it is permissible and safe to do so. Thank you so very much for your partnership and for traveling this journey with me and with Highfields. Thank you. This would be the point where you're all clapping and cheering and showing great, so I appreciate that. At this time, we're going to move into the presentation of board awards. We have two members completing a first term and not renewing for a second. John Evans is a retired employee from the state of Michigan, and Andy Kearns, who works with Accident Fund. I want to thank each of them for their amazing contributions and support of Highfields. We also have three members completing 6 years of service to Highfields. Tonda Reynolds and Karen Johns, both are retired employees from the state of Michigan and served faithfully on our board of directors, especially on our program committee. Their expertise and passion for our mission was truly amazing, and I want to thank them personally for their leadership and their contributions. Finally, Mark Kellogg is an attorney at Fraser Trebilcock, is also finishing his 6 years on the board, having served as board chair, and also currently serves on our plan giving committee. Mark has brought amazing leadership, has been a voice of reason, and led with integrity. Mark is with us tonight and wishes to say a few words.
Hello, all. I miss not being able to see all of you at the dinner and the always the fantastic food we have there. But I just want to say a few words. First off, to Brian and the people at Highfields, you run an amazing organization, and I congratulate you on all the great work that you do. And you have a fan and a supporter for life, and I'm sure that happens frequently. And this is I met with Brian last week. and we were socially distanced when we met. So just so you know, but this 6 years has gone tremendously fast, and it's been a great experience. Not only because of Brian and the team, but because of all the board members, the quality of the board that we have, and the quality of the people that are involved. It makes it an amazing organization, and it's a labor of love more than anything else in the participation. So I just want to say thanks to all of you for making my time at Highfields so great, and good luck to all of you. And you will do well, and with Brian and his administrative team, the leadership. And I will miss you. I'm not that far away though, so if I can ever help with anything, just feel free to reach out. And again, thank you, and good luck in the future endeavors of Highfields.
Right. Thank you, Mark. I would also like to take a minute to honor our outgoing board chair. So I'll start, and then Brandy, if you have anything you want to offer, that'd be great. And then I know Jeff wants to offer some comments as well. Jeff served this past year as our board chair and assisted myself and the board negotiate the early developments of COVID-19 pandemic. Jeff provided guidance, voice of wisdom for myself, and offered great insight into our response to an ever-changing environment and landscape. I want to publicly thank Jeff, and also thank Accident Fund for allowing Jeff to serve the community, and Highfields through his board service. You have provided excellent leadership. Jeff, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I just wanted to share just really quick with respect to the other exiting directors as well, Brian, if it's okay. So, I'd like to just share, it's amazing when you first join a board this big, you never imagine that you'll have an opportunity to get to know, pretty much most everyone in some form of service, with volunteering at an event. And I can definitely say with Karen, Mark, and Tonda, it has been amazing to work along your side. It just seemed like time flew by, and my experience was definitely enriched. And so I echo in terms of definitely being missed. Jeff, clearly you're not gone yet. And so I think
one more year.
Exactly. And you continue to tutor and mentor. And so, I appreciate the torch that you're giving. And so much appreciated. I'm still enjoying our chats, and I know we're a little bit later in the year necessarily, but I think it almost works out perfect and little serendipity there in terms of the overlay there. So thank you.
No, thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Brian. Well, first off, Mark Kellogg, you didn't get the memo that you're supposed to dress down for these, and you're upstaging by wearing a sport coat for your outgoing comments. So you guys will just have to deal with my quarter zip. But no, honestly, it's been my pleasure to serve Highfields these past 5 years, and I'm looking forward to this next year, my last year on the board. And I really enjoyed my last year as chair. Highfields is a truly special place, and everyone in this virtual meeting is a testament to that, from its leadership, employees, clients, and communities they serve. When Brian asked me to take on this responsibility over 2 years ago as serve as chair-elect and eventually chair, I was honored and honestly a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure what I was taking on. I'm sure people who have served in that role in the past, and Brandy, have all kind of had that feeling at one point. But I can honestly say that time flew by, and Highfields accomplished a great deal in the past few years. And there were good times and some not so good times that we're kind of going through right now. But with Brian and the leadership team in place, I honestly believe that Highfields is set up to weather any storm that may come its way. And for that, I want to thank Brian and the leadership team for making our job easy. It can't be said enough, and it hasn't been said enough, but I have friends and colleagues on other nonprofit boards, and I can confidently tell you guys that they are not run like Highfields. And that truly is, a testament to you guys. To my fellow board members, I thank you for all the time, dedication, and counsel you guys have provided. This is such a diverse and well-rounded board that I honestly wish I could leverage all of you in my day job. So keep those lines of communication open. As I end my tenure as chair, I want to leave my fellow board members, new and returning, with some advice. get involved beyond committee meetings and board meetings. Go to the holiday dinners with kids on campus. Go to the president's lunch with past volunteers and board members. This will give you really the truest sense of Highfields and the difference it makes in the lives of so many people. As board members, we play an important role in monitoring the business and strategic aspects of Highfields, but Highfields is really a people organization. And there's no better way to understand this than to talk to, a teenage boy staying in a residential program and hearing how Highfields has changed his life, or talking to an individual who worked at Highfields 30 years ago and has a special place in their heart for Highfields. I mean, that's truly the sense of what Highfields is. And, I think sometimes we lose that in when we're looking at the numbers and we're crunching everything, not that anything's wrong with numbers, that's our role, but, it really does give you a sense of what it is. And, Highfields will always have a special place in my heart. And I see Sheila Breaks on this call somewhere, and I thank her for tapping me on the shoulder 5 years ago to take her spot as she was transitioning off. I look forward to what I call my victory lap after chair. It's my last year where the responsibilities dialed down a bunch. No, I'm kidding. I look forward to working with all of you long after and being involved with Highfields long after my tenure's done. And I really thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. All right, we're going to move into introduction of officers and directors. Brandy, I think you're going to do 6A and B.
Yep, absolutely. So I think I'm going to start off with those directors and so this is just a reminder and letting you know those directors that have renewed for a second term. So I'm just going to go through that very briefly. And then if Brian or Deanna, if I'm off script, just flag me. All right. So we have Ella Brown, Brandy Coates, Denise Dorbosch, Aaliyah Henderson, Sam Hopkins. Is that the right list? No. Okay.
Directors renewing for a second term are Becky Bednarski.
Oh, I got it. There we go. Wrong page, sir.
We're good.
All right. So we've got Rebecca Bednarski. Thanks for practicing that one for me. Sam Davis, myself, Erica Fushman, Tim Johnson, Matt Nawak, Mike Sheets, and Peter Trott. All right. So I'm on par right now. And then for our 2020 officers, which includes myself as chairperson, our chairperson-elect is Erica Fushman. Past chair is Jeff. Continuing treasurer rather, is Carol. Help me with Carol's last name.
Giacoletto.
Thank you. Secretary, Sam Davis. Program chair, Becky Bernowski. Fund development, Erica and Ann Brown. Finance and personnel, Carol, Peter will be co-chairs. And then for building and sites, Tom will continue as for building and sites. All right. Is there anyone that I've missed?
Nope. Great job.
Okay.
And those are report out and no action required.
Correct. And then I think you're going to give us, so we do have some new board members, and I think you're going to give an introduction for them before we take an action item for them, Brian.
Yes. So we have 4 new board members that are beginning the first 3-year term. Brian Gallagher, who is an attorney with Fraser Trebilcock. Jerry Sambert, who is the CFO at Dart Bank. Kevin Shaw with Wyland Construction. And Josh Jelinek, who is a CPA out of Royal Oak. And those are all coming to you as a motion. So we would entertain a motion to approve them and the support and then a vote, Brandy.
Yep, sounds wonderful. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Lizzie, I saw a move. I didn't see the second.
Second.
Wonderful. Thanks, Becky, for the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Not allowed to oppose.
Aye.
Motion passed. All right. So next one, I think you're up, Brian, with the trustees of endowment.
Yes, another action item. This is the recommendation for the trustees of endowment. We have Rich Martin, who is a trustee and will serve a 2-year term, and Rich will be chair. Ken Franklin, as a trustee, will serve a 2-year term. Carol Giacoletto is our board treasurer and has an appointed seat. Carrie Freeman is our board member and a liaison. Mike Zamora, community member, will serve a one-year term. And Nakia Barr is a community member and is our newest member, and she will serve a three-year term. And again, this comes as a recommendation, and we need a motion and support.
Yeah. Can I receive a motion? Becky, was that you?
No, but I'll do it. So moved.
Okay. How
Second.
about a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, James, I got James for a second. Deanna, does that look right for you? Awesome. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Wonderful. All right, motion passes. All right, Brian, you're up again.
All right. I'm going to give a highlight of the Endowment Committee. The Endowment Committee met in January and March of 2020. And at the end of 2019, the endowment had just over $1 million. Disbursements in this last fiscal year, the Bradford Fund, we were able to access $37,300 to help 7 different programs. The Endowment General Fund provided $17,800 for our general operating costs. And the Aldinger Fund approved 17 scholarships for just under $17,000. And we actually have many of the Aldinger scholarship recipients with us tonight. I'd like you to all just kind of wave your hand, and the rest of you offer a congratulatory hand clap for them. And at this time, we have a video presentation that will highlight those scholarship recipients and their plans for that scholarship. So Deanna, I think we're ready to take that away. Thank you, Deanna, for the video. Congratulations to all. And every year we give Aldinger scholarships, and it's just really exciting. Many of them have come back for a repeat scholarship, and we're very excited. Brandy, I love your comment. Future board members, I love that. So all you Aldinger scholarships, you hear that? When you graduate and you need something to do with your spare time, you give me a call. We'll have a conversation.
Yeah, my error was not in vain.
No, that's great. I love it. At this time, we're going to move into what I think is typically one of the highlights of our annual meeting. That's the opportunity to give away and to honor some individuals and offer some recognition. Tonight, we have 3 awards that we're going to recognize people. The first is the Carl J. Latona Distinguished Service Award, then the Robert L. Drake Citizenship Award, and we'll conclude with the Highfields Partnership Award. The Carl J. Latona Distinguished Service Award is an award that we give to a Highfields employee that exemplifies the characteristics modeled by Carl during his 25 years of service as the president and CEO of Highfields from 1974 to 1999. Carl was an inspirational leader, a visionary, and he helped transport Highfields to a higher plateau of professionalism and service to the community. The Latona Award acknowledges 4 major characteristics exemplified by Carl: integrity, passion for helping others, perseverance, and an uncompromising commitment to doing the right thing. Tonight, we have a video introducing this year's recipient, Ken Carpenter. Ken is with us, and so I don't know that his video is on. He's a little under the weather tonight, but Ken, I know you can hear us, and we congratulate you. Let's all watch the video. Yeah, thank you for that video. And I know, Ken, I know you can hear us. I hope you can see everybody clapping and honoring you. And we hope you feel better real soon. So thank you for your service to Highfields. The second award we want to honor is the Robert L. Drake Citizenship Award. This is awarded to individuals who, through commitment of time, deeds, and leadership, have brought together many citizens from all parts of our community and engaged their talents to create special opportunities for youth and families to grow stronger, thereby enriching the fabric of our community. This year's recipient is an amazing individual that has served faithfully the entire greater Lansing community through a variety of ways. He has served faithfully as an educator, has brought honor and credibility to law enforcement, and now shares his leadership skills, integrity, and high standard of excellence at the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Sam Davis has faithfully served not only the greater Lansing community, but brought amazing leadership to Highfield's board of directors and was one of the very first board chairs I had the privilege of working with. Sam, I know that if Judge Drake were here with us today, he would say, "Well done, my friend. And it's just dandy that I get to have my name associated with yours. So please help me virtually congratulate Sam Davis." Sam is with us, but he also pre-recorded a thank you that you're going to share now. And let's take a look at this.
Good evening. First of all, let me thank Brian, our board of directors, and our Fund Development Committee for selecting me to receive the Robert L. Drake Award. I know that Judge Drake talked about using your time, using deeds and leadership to engage talents to create special opportunities for youth. I've had the pleasure of serving on Highfields for a number of years, And hopefully that's what I've been doing, helping to create special opportunities for youth. It is an honor to know that I've been selected when there are so many other worthy recipients. So again, thank you for this honor. I will continue to serve Highfields to the best of my ability for as long as I can. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Sam. I hope you've had an opportunity to maybe read some of the chat comments, because those are all truly felt, and you're truly a worthy candidate. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. And, you know, your words are so kind and so humbling, and I feel the genuineness. Highfields has touched so many lives and meant so much to so many people. I said this before, to be a part of a family that cares, that communicates, that shares, that reaches out to help others, there's no better place to be. And to be able to say that you are a member of the board of Highfields when you walk through this community is a reason to have your head held up high. The standards that have been established by Highfields and the leadership that you've given us, Brian, no others can match that. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve. It's a great place to be.
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. The final award that we want to offer tonight is the Highfields Partnership Award. It's awarded annually to a company or an organization that's contributed to the fulfillment of Highfields' mission. This year's recipient is the James and Kimberly Curry Foundation. As we have explored the creative use of treatment modalities at Highfields, the use of the arts is one area that we have added and have had great success in. This is in large part because of the passion and vision of Jim and Kim Curry and their willingness to get behind our music studio and the hip hop creative arts music program. Following tonight's meeting, we will conclude with a video that you can stick around and watch as two students share through hip hop music their individual and very personal journey through grief and loss. We were able to visit the Currys a few weeks ago and actually present the award to them. We were able to capture that and their response on video. Let's watch that now.
Thank you very much, Brian. On behalf of the Curry Foundation, we would like to thank the foundation directors of Highfields. We'd like to express our sincere gratitude for this just wonderful, very special recognition and honor tonight. We certainly didn't expect this, but we're just so grateful to be able to be a partner with you, and have just had a wonderful experience helping you and just watching this whole program progress to the level that it has. And we couldn't be happier, and we look forward to working with you today, tomorrow, and definitely into the future. So again, thank you very much.
Yeah. We would also like to thank, on behalf of the foundation, Beverly McGill for working with us early on, Chris Robinson for making those terrific visits and keeping us informed of what's going on with the hip hop program. And of course, Russell Davis for making this all possible with your brilliant hip hop program, and Alfonso for staying with the kids and getting them to express themselves in their music. It's overwhelming, and we greatly appreciate all of your hard work. Right. Without you, the program wouldn't be where it is today, and we appreciate all of your hard work and dedication to the kids. Thank you.
All right, and again, congratulations to the Curry Foundation, to Sam Davis, and to Ken Carpenter. If you know any of those individuals or have any contact, please feel free to drop them a note and offer your own personal congratulations. This is the point, Brandy, where you get to offer some final comments, and then we'll follow that with the video.
Thank you, Brian, and I'll echo your congratulations to the award recipients as well as the scholarship recipients. Um, I'll have to share, or I'll have to say, you know, Brian's statement in the beginning that it's the same mission, just different strategies. We can't really say it enough. I didn't imagine, I'll have to say, when I started my term as chair, that I would be baptized by COVID, um, being the chairperson of an organization that was dedicated to changing lives and strengthening communities with social engagement and therapy. And when the key phrase was socially distanced. So, obviously, definitely was not ideal. I have to admit, I was extremely nervous. I'm not the best when it comes to video engagement or video chats. I'm definitely a one-on-one, in-person type of individual. But I have to admit that even though it's been definitely a new normal type of engagement, I know we say that continuously. It's not a cliche yet because I think some of us haven't caught on to it yet, but the support and the collaboration with the board members has not skipped a beat. The staff and the team, their ability to be extremely resilient, and not only resilient but thrive during these times, has just been beyond impressive and yet motivating. In my day-to-day job, I'll say I'll fret over what I would consider my storm in a teacup, and then I will get and hear updates about the amazing ways that they're continuing to reach families with video chats, how they're supporting their employees, how they're reaching out because everyone has their own coworkers now at home. And so, amidst of all that, they're able to tackle and be front and center within the community on how to address social injustice issues. And so, one, I continue to be proud. I'm happy to be baptized by COVID for an amazing organization. I feel like to some extent, I was a Highfields fan for years before I was able to serve on the board. And it just definitely has just been an enriching experience. So, one, it's great to see about close to 50 people celebrating this evening virtually. I hope to see you all again in person. If it doesn't happen within the next year, I know I'll see you next year. I just want to, say congratulations to everyone again. Thank you, Brian and Deanna and Laura. You guys did an amazing job organizing this. And so, with that, I guess we are good to adjourn. Now, Brian,